morning, Ghana. Good morning, everyone. It's a beautiful Friday morning, and you are welcome to the Ghana Talks breakfast show right here on Ghana Talks Radio. You are also welcome to the news headline review. I am your host, Estinam Fiagbedu, and I'm here to bring you all the latest headlines making waves in the news, from business to politics, from sports to entertainment, and everything in between. We got you covered with the most relevant stories. As usual, I can't do this alone, so I have here with me my knowledgeable panelists, Miss Debbie Adoso and Miss Regina Bless. How are we doing?
I'm fine.
Okay, Debbie says she's fine.
I'm good.
You are good. How was your night? Hope you slept well.
Yeah.
Today is National Prayer Day. And what are we supposed to be doing today? We are supposed to be what? Praying, right?
National Prayer Day is on 1st July.
So
Eid al-Fitr.
today is Eid al-Fitr. So on a normal day, we were supposed to wear what?
Yeah, you're a Muslim.
I know, I'm commemorating the day. You get it? So you have to represent the day. Producer, stop looking at me up and down.
Do they represent your Christmas for you?
Oh, but... Okay, let's not go there. All right, you are welcome.
We're too nice.
Today is a holiday. Yes, it's a freestyle. My producer is motivating me, and I love it from that end. You know, so let's dive straight into the headlines for this morning. Takeaway packs to be banned in Ghana, and this is coming from President John Dramani Mahama. President John Dramani Mahama has announced plans to ban the importation and production of styrofoam in Ghana, citing its significant contribution to environmental pollution. The announcement was made on Thursday, which was yesterday, June 5th, during the launch of the 2025 National Tree Planting Exercise, an initiative aimed at restoring the country's forest cover and mitigating the impact of climate change. Describing styrofoam as one of the most harmful pollutants, particularly due to its widespread use in food packaging, the president stressed the urgent need for alternative materials. He added that manufacturers and importers of styrofoam should prepare for the impending policy change, as the Ministry of Environment will soon take steps to formally ban both the import and local production of the material. The proposed ban forms part of broader government effort to promote sustainable environmental practices and reduce plastic waste across the country. He said, in his speech, he read, "One of the most polluters is styrofoam plastics, where you go and buy your food, and then they put it in that whitish something. You finish eating, you just dump it. That is one of the biggest polluters, and so we are going to ban the importation of styrofoam plastics. We have to use paper packaging or aluminium foil for our food. I'm informing the manufacturers and importers of styrofoam that the Ministry of Environment soon we are going to ban the importation of styrofoam and production of styrofoam in Ghana," he said. The proposed ban forms part of broader government efforts to promote sustainable environmental practices and reduce plastic waste across the country. So yesterday was World Environment Day, under the theme One Child, One Tree. Under the theme One Child, One Tree.
I think it's ban of plastic use. That's the main thing. But
that was the main
One
thing.
Child, One Tree was launched yesterday.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the correction. All right. So that's it. Is that a way forward to curb plastic wastage right here in this country? Because it looks like we rely too much on plastics. Indomie is there. Spaghetti is there.
Wachi
is there.
Check
Is there.
Is
there.
Everything.
And you know, for yesterday, President Mahama mentioned that for the plastics, it takes about a couple of years for it to degrade. Whereas the papers, you can just burn it and then you're good to go. But with the plastic,
it doesn't. For the plastic, it doesn't even decompose or degrade naturally. You have to, should I say, burn it yourself.
Good.
So I am with this initiative of ban of plastic use and also the styrofoam. I think it's very good. They need to ban it because, as he said, it's one of the major pollutants in our country.
Yeah.
Especially when it rains, you can see it everywhere. Even in our seas, you can see it. Now it's floating about.
Yeah, that reminds me of the statement he said that it's very soon we are going to be having more plastics than more fishes in the sea.
Exactly. You see? So I think it's high time we ban it. When you go to buy food, and even I think health professionals came out to even warn us that the use of that is very even dangerous to our health.
It's harmful to
and
our
it's
health.
high time, even you just use what's ahaban. And sometimes some people even use ahaban to sell wachi, which is good.
It's very, it's even nice. It gives it a different taste.
And it's natural.
Yeah.
So I don't know where all of a sudden the use of plastic has been on the rise lately. Whatever you buy plastic, and it doesn't degrade naturally unless you burn it. And these people, as he said, I said the HN said sometimes some people will buy wachi after eating it, then they just drop it on the floor just like that. And you know, amidst all this ban on importation of plastic, what is it called? The president for the Plastic Manufacturers Association, Ebo Bochi, he has come out to say that the president should relax. Because you can't just wake up and say they should ban it. It needs a whole lot of scrutinization and analysis before these can be banned. And also looking at this, it means some people's businesses would collapse.
Yeah, and people will lose their jobs. And that is unemployment. Because
so
these
now,
plastic manufacturers also have people they employ to work for them.
And so if it is banned, that is where they also come in again. Paper packaging. Paper packaging shouldn't be imported. You can do it right here. And you know, in a way, I feel the president is contradicting himself because yesterday he said specifically that with the wood dexes, they'll stop using wood dexes because cutting down of the trees is destroying our environment. And you know that paper packaging is also made out of tree. If I'm mistaken, because I know that book is made out of tree.
It's made out of tree.
So with the paper packaging, how does he want us to go about this? Na Dex and so here.
Hey, Dex, it takes a lot of.
It takes a lot too.
Yeah. So I think in a way maybe just to reduce it, reducing it is fine, but for you to say like banning it at all. Miss Debbie.
Yeah, so to ban the use of plastic in the country is a good one, because I think almost everything we do has to do with you. If you go out to buy something, it's being packaged in rubber. It is only in some occasions that you go and then they give you a paper package or a gift or something in a paper box. And you know, with paper you can burn it easily. It's easily to burn. But then with the plastic, it's very, very difficult. And all these amount to the flooding issues we are experiencing in this country. Because 99% of the refuse are made up of rubbers, are made up of plastic. Even bowls, we eat in plastic bowls. Sandals. Some sandals are made of plastic. They are made out of, rubber. So you wear it and then at the end of the day it becomes useless, you dump it somewhere. And then it gets back to us in a negative way. And so banning it, for me, it's a good call. But then would there be a compensation for people? Because we have a lot of people who have created this. I think in Japan even have a factory where it produces rubbers. Rubbers, banku rubbers, normal rubbers, pure bagging rubbers. People, it's a business on its own that people has already invested into it. So if you want to collapse it, then it should be a compensation. Maybe you compensate them because and these people has employed, I would say, thousands of people in this country. So if you are banning it and then you are not putting in place any alternative or measures to help these people, then it means when they should stop the work and then come back to the house, it's another issue in the rise of unemployment, because where do you want them to start from again? So if you want to collapse it, then maybe collapsing, I will set it a paper factory for them, or you give them money that they can actually use to start it up without
give money to those that they've been asked to stop producing.
Yes, you compensate them. You have to compensate them.
But is it the responsibility of the government to compensate?
You have to, because if you are collapsing the job, then what? You have to compensate them. If you are collapsing the job, instead rubber, it's not say biawa soy no akoyo. You buy all the things that you use in producing the rubbers. So right now, the machines used, I'm not sure that the machines used in producing rubbers are the same machines used in producing paper, the paper bag. They are not the same machine. So if you are collapsing it, then it means that machines in United has become useless. And if you use money in buying it, so you have to compensate them. You don't just say that you want to collapse, ban rubber, like the use of rubber, rubbers in the country, without compensating the people.
Yeah, I do agree with that, and I also he mentioned the use of plastic chairs also.
Yeah,
and I don't know much about these plastic companies, especially those who manufacture this rubbers. If maybe the machines can be repurposed in the use of the plastic chairs or even plastic bowls or anything plastic.
Yeah.
And even besides these days, kids deal more with plastic toys and all that. So if there's a way they can repurpose the machine for that, I think it would also help.
Now, let's not get this wrong, but the banning of the plastic has to do with single-use plastics. The plastics that are used just once. So when we buy the water, the bottled water, the takeaway packs, the pure water, rather than banning them, why don't we encourage these factories to rather we do more of recycling into something better? Because I think I saw on social media someone reused plastic to compose a desk, like a school desk for these people. So rather than banning it, why don't we reduce it rather?
Reduce it,
like reduce the use of this single because they are the same ones that are being recycled into the plastic bowls that we can use over and over again, the plastic chairs and some other things we can use in the house or anywhere at all.
So automatically you just ban the single use of plastic and make it into something durable and long lasting. So for instance, if you go to buy a wachi, then it's just, what is it called, one single rubber that is being used. So why not just manufacture a plastic bowl that is to be served? So you just use it for that plastic bowl. You can't dispose it. It is in your house for another use or for another purpose. But if we say that we should reduce it, it would be very hard.
It will be very
hard
Mr.
for them to reduce.
Reducing it will still come back.
It will still come back.
Because you are recycling it into something very useful. And at the end of the day, when it goes bad, where are you going to dump it? Still, it comes back to us again. So the best thing is to ban it. And then you use the paper bag. An uncle of mine has a friend in US. He came around some time ago. When you say pure water rubber, the sachet we use, he doesn't know.
So how does he drink?
They drink like bottled water, but we are used to this like rubber, like everything has to do with rubber. So I feel like although it's even polluting the environment, it's also counter the health complication or health issues we faces in the country. So to cut matters short, we should just ban it and then make use of the paper bag. Paper bag and here, cement paper. After using cement paper, you still have a use, right? People use it for other things. Other things as well. So after the paper bag is used, also matches but rubbers, no.
So you think the reducing wouldn't help? They should ban
no,
it.
it won't.
They should ban it.
Help.
All right. Moving on to our next news headline. Minority to stage protest over fuel levy increase. The minority in Parliament has announced plans to stage protests in the coming days against the government's decision to increase the price of petroleum products by 1 Ghana cedis. According to them, the move contradicts the government's earlier call for commercial drivers to reduce transport fares by 15%, describing the fuel levy hike as a stab in the back to Ghanaians already struggling with economic hardship. Minority Chief Whip Frank Anot-Dompre told journalists in Accra on Thursday, June 5th, that the government to immediately withdraw or significantly reduce the levy, warning that the opposition will escalate its actions if the demand is not met. This is not just about 1 cedi increase. It is about the soul of our nation. If you look at the impact analysis that it did, it is suspect in my view. We urge all Ghanaians to join us in opposing this unjust, economically devastating tax that Ato and his government have forced on us. He also said, the minority in the coming days, in solidarity with the Ghanaian people, will be staging many actions to demand the withdrawal or reversal of this tax. We consider it as draconian, insensitive, and an action that depicts a government that is out of touch with the people of this country. And the NDC is truly revealing its true colors, he said. And this is coming from the minority. They said they'll be staging a protest, a demonstration for that matter, to tell the government to reduce the 1 cedi levy that they are imposing on fuel purchase products. If they are not going to remove it, they should reduce it. It's either they remove or they reduce it. And this is coming from the minority. Almighty minority. Miss Debbie.
It's no news.
I see your mouth is itching.
It's not a news. This is something that they've done, consistently.
So you're not even surprised?
I'm not surprised at all. Not at all. I'm not surprised.
Not to cut you. Someone said that, by June, they're not money now, my slim. Because Bibi Kakra, they are protesting. And they are working.
when you are doing that, it makes you irrelevant. And a man who's you become so loud, you become so noisy that when you are speaking the fact, nobody wants to listen. Because in himself, excuse me, it doesn't make sense. As a minority, you didn't think about what you did. You brought e-levy.
As of now, they are not thinking about what they did.
The e-levy they brought, are they aware that it was a burden on the citizen? Were they in this country where some of these citizens were protesting against e-levy? And I know mother. We were here when they implemented that 1% levy. And when they were passing that bill, it became this kind of way, and a minority in the PAN. And that time they were holding majority in parliament.
Yeah.
So they passed it. They didn't even seek our consent. Whether should we reduce it? No. They told that it's going to generate billions of cedis. Have you seen the money? Me myself, I haven't seen any money. What you said you use the money to do, we didn't see it. And you've been in power for how many years? 8 years. You've done worse. In fact, their government is the worst government I've ever experienced in my life. Very, very worse. And I'm surprised they are in opposition. As they are in opposition, they are now thinking properly. It's like when they are in opposition now, they now have the people at heart. You've done worse. You've done worse than the NDC are doing now. I'm not trying to do politics, but it's a fact. And we know what, we are being faced with. We are owing. And was the debt caused by the current administration? A big no. You were in power and then you left. In the face of all Ghanaians, you told us that this is the amount that you've left in the energy sector. This is what is left. When the current administration came in, they made us aware that the amount they said is not what they saw. And it goes to a time they told us Dumso becomes so rampant because what they were left with cannot sustain us for a long period of time. And as even though the 1% levy, yes, it's going to hit us hard. But then we have no option. And they are saying that the 1% levy, is going to help us clear our debt. And then we know that we use energy for literally everything in this country. They cannot just sit down and fold their arms because of 1 cedi. They will sit down and say, oh, okay, 1 cedi, no, ne board into the moment you free one. That's a doom sunny bear. Even yesterday, we still experienced 1 year.
My bad.
So you see, you people you've done worse. And they've just brought in, they've passed the bill. Into whether they are going to do better or they are going to do worse than what you've experienced before. So the best thing is, you should keep quiet. If after 3 or 4 months or after this year, and then you feel like they are not doing well, that's when you come out to speak. We the citizens will even back you. Because if you are telling us that you are imposing 1% on fuel prices, and at the end of the day we don't feel the impact, we still experience doom. So then what is the essence? So when you stage protest, in my own stage protest, we will lead. But they've just passed the bill, and then you are protesting everything. You are protesting. They have to think like they just have to, the minority, they have a lot of homework to do. Seriously.
But don't you think they're doing this to keep the majority in parliament on their toes?
As in how?
Because if they sit down and they fold their arms, the majority might not, they'll just be like a desical.
Oh no, I'm not sure. I'm not sure it will be so. Even if the minority does not hold them accountable, are the citizens near Dana?
So you think
they are not sleeping?
The minority right now is being a nuisance?
Oh yes, they are. They are. To the extent that you go to sit on the floor. Oh come on, it doesn't make sense.
Miss Regina, your mouth is itching.
Oh no, my mouth is not itching. So they want to go on a protest.
Yeah.
For the government to make sure that they reduce.
But the law has already been passed.
And it was brought to parliament. So where were they?
They actually walked out, They walked out of parliament.
But yeah, then call a minority. Majority carries the vote.
You get it.
So yesterday we talked to some drivers.
Yeah, we spoke to some drivers.
And actually some should I say, I don't want to politicize it, but some people were happy.
Yeah, tell us about it.
And others were not happy. So some people said that the 1 cedi, in a way, it would help. Since at first they used to purchase fuel at 18 cedis, but now it has been reduced to a very lower price. And it's a 1 cedi, it's nothing to them. And others also said at least it shouldn't be 1 cedi, it should be 50 pesos. Whatever this current government does, whether good or bad, people would have something to say. People will have something to criticize. Looking at the past administration also, no matter what they bring, people will have something to say. People will have something, either praise it or criticize it. And we were all testament to that. We all saw it. The same people protesting now were the same people who were mute during their administration. Now they are loud. I don't want to say they are backing, but now they are loud. And I wouldn't be surprised if this current administration doesn't also come into power again. Their ministers would also start protesting against something the current administration will bring into power. So this, I would say, they've politicized it. I believe that when a bill is being brought, you should just sit down, scrutinize it. Would this help? Put your political affiliation aside. Scrutinize and analyze it. Would it help? Would it help the country? Because as at now, we are facing a lot of crisis, especially in the energy sector. We are owing a lot. I think $3.1 billion, and with the one CD they are taking annually is just 5 point. If I'm not lying, it's just 5 point. Is it 5.7?
5.7.
Yeah,
5.7. And look at 5.7 Ghana cedi, so, and looking at $3.1 billion. Maybe I Rebecca says you see the dollar no a swati, but still a canon. Since should I say we are still owing people and we are still taking power from them, but still I don't even know how to put it. The power or the debt is still accumulating. And trying to be some. So if something is in the best interest of the country, I believe that we should all just accept it in good faith. And as I said earlier, sometimes the president will take drastic decisions that is very harsh, but we should know that he has the people's interest at heart. So at the end of the day, we'll still be the same people to praise him if they are able to pay off the debt, and we'll still be the same people to criticize him if he doesn't pay it and we are in a power crisis. I wouldn't be surprised if very soon we just go blackouts.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised.
yeah. I feel like in as much as we hate paying taxes, yes, let's not dispute that fact. In as much as we hate paying taxes, some taxes are actually reasonable. So I think if the current government is bringing out this initiative to do everything in their power to keep doing so, we should give them some time.
Yeah.
If we are paying the taxes and then we don't see the relevance of the taxes, then we can come out and complain. But as it stands right now, I think it's too early.
Exactly.
Or maybe better still, people do not understand it. Then I think better awareness and better education should be done for people to understand it better, which includes the stakeholders of the states and then the public as a whole as well. Yeah. All right. Moving on to our next story. Wooden furniture should... Wow.
Why?
Wooden furniture to be banned in schools, President Mahama. President John Dramani Mahama has announced a series of environmental reforms, including a ban on the use of wood for school furniture and plans to phase out styrofoam as food packaging material. Speaking at the World Environment Day celebrations in Kwabenya, the president said the government is taking decisive steps to protect Ghana's forests and tackling plastic pollution. He said, "We have been planting trees and cutting them down at the same time. To reduce deforestation, I will issue a directive to stop the use of wood for producing school furniture. Going forward, we will adopt environmentally friendly alternatives such as recycled plastic or metal." President Mahama described the move as part of a broader national strategy to curb the destruction of forest resources and promote sustainability in public procurement. World Environment Day 2025 was marked under the theme Restore Our Earth from Words to Action, with President Mahama calling on all sectors to support national efforts to build a greener and more sustainable Ghana. Yeah. So this is coming from the president also, to ban wooden furniture in school, but they are going to adopt environmentally friendly alternatives such as recycled plastic or metal dexes.
I be Toby, but
Oh.
Okay,
hey,
tell me what you
I've
think.
seen some before.
Metal dexes.
We have metal dexes are in various forms. Which one are they going in for? Are they going for the one we know, or they are going in for the modernized one?
Which one do we know?
We have the normal one that is made up of, normal metal. Like, I said, yeah, but it's me. So with that one, like a chair, then that's when this thing comes in. Say chest and I say a break here, then it causes hurt and stuff. But then we have, I don't know whether you've watched Grachi.
No.
Oh. I wanted to.
Is
Yes.
it that children?
No, the
Indian
lady
movie?
that was performing magic. Oh. There was this what's the name, chair they use in class. It's just like the Western, but you've watched movies in the Western world, you've seen how their sitters.
You just open it.
You sit down.
Okay.
And then we have some,
okay,
you don't
that
open it,
one.
but it's a bit like, the metal is kind of heavy. There is no way as
I think
like
even when you go to the universities, they use
some
yeah.
universities even use that. It's very difficult for you to, and that is also a before, because the way that metal is, there is no way you can, easily destroy it like the wood stuffs or the other normal metals we know. So with us doing away with the furniture, like the normal chair we know we used to use in school, Ghana, we are upgrading. By now we should be using metal.
And it shouldn't only be metal, though. It should be metal with should I say improvised cushion. I say metal, but the seats.
No, see, there are good. You see, the chair is detached from the table, and then the chair is in such a way that form no anyhow, but then they've made it in
comfortable.
Yes, very comfortable.
And it's metal.
It's metal, yes.
So how is it comfortable?
It's very comfortable. Trust me.
When you were in school, I believe you used wooden.
Yes, I used.
Was it comfortable?
The wood. I'm talking about the
even
metal,
the wood step.
No, like, but when you were back in school, you used wood.
Yes.
So was it
the
comfortable?
in wood, but at the university it was metal. It was comfortable.
The metal one.
Yes, it was comfortable. It's not as you see it. It's very comfortable. So I prefer we use the metal instead of the idea.
So you're also buying to
the idea of the president, yeah.
Miss Regina.
It as well. I don't know what to say. I don't know if we should accept metal decks or we should stick to.
But isn't this going to be heavy for?
It's going to be heavy. You're not going to carry it.
It's going to cause more harm than good.
Yes, I feel this.
As in how?
Because even wood crowd way back in school, we were always complaining because
God,
when I was way back in jail, I had to complain to my mom. So she had to get me that small cushion. When I'm going to school, then I carry it in my bag. When I'm sitting and then I put it and I sit because sometimes even a jar.
You there, you were pampered.
Oh yes.
No.
But for the metal one, I think the one I've seen before, it's not 100% metal.
Yeah.
It's part of 50% metal and 50% wood.
The one we use in the university, the seat itself is plastic. And then
we have the plastic one, but
it's wood, but it's attached with metals as well.
Yeah.
If that is it, then I think it's fine. But if
but
you're going to have
like
a
whole
metal
no, it doesn't. It has no effects. It's like very comfortable, seriously. It's very comfortable, and I'll prefer that to the wooden. Wooden way are 4 or 5 on the seat, and then 6 on the seat.
In a class?
In a classroom, like the normal wood. I mean, like the JHS and the senior high school.
The JHS, I think, is 2 on a seat.
No, in some schools,
some schools it's 3
or 4.
Right.
Yeah,
if the class is overcrowded, you even sit in 4.
Oh,
yes.
So when we get this, it's 1-to-1. 1-to-1. Then you have your small decks in there, or the bag. They have something where you place your bag, and then your books under there.
Oh, but for now, that thing is not there again. The 3 or 4 to.
Is there?
Maybe I am crossing. No.
Hey, Regina is there.
Because when you go to the cluster of schools here, it's 1 person. And when I also went to my Gbawe cluster of schools, it's also 1 person.
Is there?
Then I think is there
4 on 1 seat. Yes.
Yeah, the bed though.
The bed there. Exactly.
Let's say. But today we suffered.
But
because only 1 person in the seat.
1 person in your seat, yeah.
Yeah, so you think the initiative the president has brought up to ban wood from being used
good
for
because sometimes these woods are being eaten by is it termites?
Yes,
they are being eaten by termites and a whole lot. And then sometimes you go to school in JHS like this, the table, it looks as if the nail that has been used to hit it, one is off, and then you have to be adjusting it. Sometimes you be sitting there, it has fallen, and then you have to fall down, stand up again, fix it. So I feel like as like we are upgrading as a country, these are some of the things it should be fading away slowly from it. But this initiative is good. It shouldn't be those here. It should cut across all the regions and all the villages. Because in the village there is worse. You even see it on the floor on stones. Yeah, on stones.
So with the metal dexes, I've not. I don't know the kind of metal decks.
The only one I know is
bring.
what I've seen in the tertiary schools.
I don't know the kind of metal dexes the president wants to bring, but he should make it durable and very comfortable. Because most of these students spend almost half of their day in school. School. No, it's not now.
Yeah, so that is it. President John Dramani Mahama has announced plans to ban the use of wooden furniture in schools. You can actually share your thoughts with us by logging to our YouTube channel at GhanaTalks Radio, on Instagram at GhanaTalks Radio, on TikTok at GhanaTalks Radio. Thank you so much for joining us on the news headline review. Up next, we have Debbie Shkrill.
Good morning and welcome to Debbie's Grill, where we talk about issues that concern the state, void of politics, fear, or favor. Former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta has been officially listed on Interpol's Red Notice database following a renewed request by the Office of the Special Prosecutor. The move comes amidst ongoing corruption investigations and intensifies efforts to bring the former minister to justice. The Red Notice, made public on June 6th, describes Ofori-Atta as a 65-year-old Ghanaian with his age, where he was born, and the language he speaks. So according to Interpol, he is wanted on the charge of using public office for profit. The Office of the Special Prosecutor believes he is currently in the United States receiving medical treatment and is seeking international assistance to locate and provisionally arrest him pending extradition or voluntary surrender. Now, this marks the second time the former minister has been declared a wanted person by the Office of the Special Prosecutor. In February 2025, he was labeled a fugitive from justice for failing to appear before investigators after being summoned in relation to high-profile corruption cases. So this include controversial National Cathedral project, a revenue assurance deal with Strategic Mobilization Ghana. Now, Interpol is an international criminal police organization that facilitates cooperation and coordination between law enforcement agencies from different countries. So they combat transactional crimes like terrorism, human trafficking, cybercrime, narcotics trafficking, money laundering. And their goal is to promote international police cooperation and support its member countries in preventing and investigating crimes that cross national borders. You see, this saying that karma is real is becoming a reality. And it's sure a reality. Now, the finance minister, Ken Ofori-Atta, I think by now, this issue shouldn't be something that we should be talking about as it stands now. Because I personally see no reason why, allegedly, you are being involved in a crime. And then you've been called by the Office of the Special Prosecutor for investigation. And then you lament over you going through some health challenges. And so the date was postponed. And then when the next date that was scheduled for your coming back into the country was due, you said you are sick, and this time around it's has to do with prostate cancer. You're undergoing medical treatment, and so you can't make it to the country. And that the day should be real scheduled. Now Interpol has marked you. And you see, when you are doing something, then you feel like it's quite funny when you are doing something and then you feel like no one is watching you. You feel like you are on your own. And then you think you can actually do anything at all. But you have forgotten that Ghana as it stands, not only Ghana, when it has to do with security agencies, they have connection with other countries. And whether you are being involved allegedly in the corruption cases or in the crime cases, and you feel like you can just run from the country and go and seek refuge elsewhere. It's just like the way you have CT camera, monitoring your movement. There is surveillance all around, watching your movement, watching your steps. And I feel like as a normal person, if you're allegedly involved in a crime or someone is falsely accusing you and you feel like you haven't done anything bad, why don't you present yourself? This is as simple as ABC. Present yourself for the necessary investigation or interrogations. And then you said you are sick, you cannot make it. And you brought out a letter. And the letter was not even directed to the office of the special prosecutor. The heading of the title of the letter he wrote, to whom it may concern. Someone who is being wanted by the office of the special prosecutor. You've given excuses upon excuses. And then some time ago, his party members, said he has presented a letter to the office of the special prosecutor. The office of the special prosecutor is also saying that no letter has been presented to him, and the letter to him is not even a full qualified letter. Because if you are presenting a letter to someone, why do you title the letter to whom it may concern? Why don't you address the special prosecutor directly? And then we want to do this case, we want to go back and forth, hide and seek. Then at the end of the day, this case will be a foolish case. But no, we are not going to sit here to make this case a foolish case. As it stands now, I can't say he is guilty. So the law declares him as guilty. No one can say he's guilty. Allegedly, we can say he's involved in crimes. Because that's what the OSP is saying. That he's involved in, issues that has to do with the National Cathedral and a whole lot. Money laundering. But with that, I can't say he's guilty. So he's thoroughly investigated to hear his side of the story. Then they can determine whether he's guilty or not. And until then, no one can declare Ken Ofori-Atta guilty. But this is what we are saying. Why should you prolong this? And keep postponing it? Don't we have, good doctors in this country that can treat Ken Ofori-Atta? We have a big hospitals here that we call them names. They are heroes. Can't Ken Ofori-Atta be treated in those hospitals? I heard instances where people are saying that they can actually use these local herbs. And when it has to do with this prostate cancer and still, yes, we have Agbeve herbal and other local herbal medicines that can cure all these diseases without, you having to go to, or you going to the hospital for medical treatment. It will be very sad if at the end of the day, this issue gets nowhere. Because trust me, Ghanaians are so much interested in this. The issue that has to do with Ken Ofori-Atta, we are so much interested in it. Because we saw what have happened. And we all remember it got to a time people were calling for his dismissal. Because it was getting worse day by day. So we were not surprised at all when the OSP came out to level these charges against him. We were not surprised. Because we've heard, we've seen. And now, you just present yourself let's ask you questions. What's it that? Whether he's truly sick or whether it's a pretense, no one can tell. But don't we think that it looks as if the OSP is sleeping? Yes, he might be doing his job. But it looks like there is some kind of dullness somewhere. Because I'm sure if it has to be in the Western world, you cannot sit at your comfort zone and be remoting us in the country here. You are sitting at your comfort zone and you are telling the OSP what should be done, what you want, how you want to be arrested, and what he should do. But trust me, if this was to be an ordinary Ghanaian, oh, ya chow kradida. Obey them. You'll be on remand whilst they are interrogating you, whilst investigations are ongoing. But no. And one thing I want us to understand is that no one is above the law. We are all not above the law. In fact, the president is not above the law. If only you do things that are contrary or are not contrary to what you are not supposed to do, you should be made to face the law. If the law is not working, then why do we have laws in this country? Because if it feels like we have people in this country that running your muntimindi, whether there is law or there is no law, but it shouldn't be so. Because if a commoner goes to steal plantain today, we will testify to the fact, the kind of torture the person will be made to go through, even before you get to court to defend yourself. So why is it different from Ken Ofori-Atta? Is he not a Ghanaian, or because he was a former finance minister? So please, to the OSP, yes, you are doing your best, but your best is not enough. If there's the first style you've used is not working, then there should be a change. Issues like these, because as I said, we've heard a lot of cases that he's into this, into that, into this, but we cannot say he's guilty. But he should make himself available. He cannot be there and be telling us that he is sick. And then move on to 18th. I'm sure by 18th June, he will still say they should extend it to July. And then by the time we will realize this 4th term will be over and still no one is prosecuted. And it will be very sad on the side of Kisie Jabin for 8 good years as a special prosecutor. I don't know where this current administration are going to keep him till they are done with their term. But it will be very painful after 8 years plus another 4 years. And then you didn't even prosecute even one person. Prosecutor should be dissolved. Let's do war and ensure that Ken Ofori-Atta is back to this country. Even if the security personnel in this country are supposed to collaborate with, the securities there so that they can ensure that he's back to the country. When he was allocating money, he didn't call the parliament on Zoom. He went to parliament to face the Speaker of Parliament. So, thank you for making time with me on Debbie's Grill.
It was, right? It was a grill.
This is a bent grill.
This is a what?
Bent grill. Bent offering.
Come again.
Bent grill.
Is it the one that Moses?
Grill your mom or mash.
Who are they going to grill on a mountain of? It's okay. Let's not go into it.
And I am Moses' son.
Yes, it was Moses' son.
They are going to grill Moses' son.
No, as a bent offering.
No. I think
it's
it's
Abel.
Hey,
No.
please concentrate on your today in history.
No.
Abraham. I think Abraham then
God told someone to
use the son as a sacrifice.
So it's Abraham.
That's Abraham. Abraham and Isaac.
You should go. Both of us. We should go back to children's service. Why?
We take it like that. Today is Eid al-Fitr, so I don't know the Bible. Today I know Quran.
But it's even in the Quran.
It's okay. Oh. All right, Miss Regina, what do you have for us?
All right. So today in history, Ghana discovery of oil in 2007. Ghana announced the discovery of oil in commercial quantities. This significant find marked a turning point in the nation's economic prospects, positioning Ghana as a potential oil-producing country in West Africa. Robert Kennedy's Rebels of Hope speech, 1966. U.S. Senator Robert Kennedy delivered his renowned Rebels of Hope speech at the University of Cape Town in South Africa, addressing the oppressive apartheid regime. Kennedy emphasized the power of individual actions in combating injustice. Each time a man stands up for an eye, the tiny rebel of hope. This speech became a symbol of solidarity with South Africans fighting for equality and justice. To some few, did you know? Bald eagles mate for life. Bald eagles are known to mate for life. They form a pair bond and generally stay together for life. Although, if one eagle dies, the other will find a new mate. Bald eagles are also highly territorial and will fiercely defend their nesting site and territory, often leading to fights with other eagles. Did you know that the liver is the only human organ that can fully regenerate itself? The liver is the only solid organ in the human body that can regenerate itself after damage or removal. It can regrow to its original size and function even after a significant portion of it has been removed. Did you also know that all mammals get goosebumps? This is a psychological response to cold, fear, or other stimuli, and it is a remnant of when animals had more fur. When cold, tiny muscles beneath the hair follicles contract, causing the hair to stand on end, creating a layer of insulation to trap heat. In humans, this is often visible as bumps on the skin, while in animals with more fur, the fur itself stands up, especially in cats and dogs. So that's all for today on Today in History. And did you know?
Thank you so much, Miss Regina, for that fascinating fact. Yeah, I know that mammals get goosebumps, but I didn't know for the animals. But you've experienced it with
the
me.
mammals are what? The mammals are they not animals?
No, but I didn't know that the goosebumps happens with the mammals as well, like with the animals. Sorry.
What?
Oh, you don't get me. As like human being and animals, I know it happens for human beings, but I didn't know it happens.
So
for
you are referring to the humans as mammals?
We are mammals. We are
And the
first-class
animals are
mammals.
also mammals.
Yeah, but I know the goosebumps happens with human beings, but I didn't know we are all mammals.
Oh, okay.
But there's classification. I didn't know it happens for animals. Yes. So
That's
today
why
I know
sometimes
that.
when you see a dog,
I don't remember that.
when you see a dog, two dogs together which are scared, the back of their, I said where they are.
This spinal cord.
Now ube also na ihu ne picture. So that is the goosebumps.
I see. All right. Thank you so much for letting us know that. Yeah. So when you're feeling cold, when you are scared, fear, right? And you're nervous, you see goosebumps.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. And thank you too for joining us in the first segment of the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. Right after this, we'll be going for the news. And after the news, we'll be coming up with the second segment. Please stick and stay with us.
Hello Ghana, hello worldwide, I'm with level band. Now listen, every Tuesday and Friday, beyond the time it's going to carry bro. Our Ghana Talks Radio, 7 p.m. sharp. Now Tuesday, we're gonna talk about our culture, our history. Matuni ding setete abakwa sem. Now on the Friday, you bars on bars. You better rap, you better say it. No artists go join me in the studio. We're gonna discuss about music and business. Konya, or you singer, and now you rapper, you think say you get bars. You go fi spit fire. Now listen, make you join me with studios. Our Ghana Talks Radio, and yes, say then our day. Me say download the Ghana Talks Radio app, no, our Play Store, any App Store. Not tune in, and say this what you see, Baba Life on Facebook, Cointakra, any Ghana Talks Radio page, and so now listen, I bet you fire, 1 year, Konya, Wading, Jajan.
We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR.
Good morning and welcome to the morning news broadcast live on Ghana Talks Radio. Coming up, Cocoa Board raises cocoa payment to 4,800. GES urged district directors to decentralize school management. Over 300 excavators seized in Galamsey fight. These and many more coming up shortly. Do stay with us. Ghana's cocoa sector has seen a significant development in recent days. According to the Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Cocoa Board is now paying 4,800 per ton instead of 3,100 cedis, the actual producer price. The price adjustment, according to him, reflects the government's commitment to improving livelihoods and ensuring fair compensation.
There's a little hiccup with respect to this because our projections, our revenue projections, have taken a hit of about 30 to 35% as a result of the strength of the cedi. You know that we are an export-driven organization. We do exports, so a stronger cedi also means less revenue for us. So, for example, when we did our forecast, our financial forecasting and the modeling, we used 15.5. Because at that time it was about 16, but we use 15.5 to do this. And as we speak, it's about 10.2. So you have a little over 5 cedis shaved off $1. A little over 5 cedis shaved off $1. So if you're looking at perhaps maybe revenue or sales of about $4 billion for the next season, you are talking about a minimum of 20 billion cedis off, your projected revenue. Obviously, this would mean that you need to now take a second look at your projections again. Yes, there also is a flip side to it, and that is that your dollar-based debts that you're expected to pay in cedis would also reduce, but you now need to do the net off with respect to what are the gains you make on the debt side as against the revenue side. And this also has a strong correlation with the producer price, because you know that, for example, for 24-25, the producer price was $3,100, which at that time was 49,000 cedis, because the dollar at that time was 16 cedis when the producer price was announced. So it was $3,100 by 16 cedis, which gave you about 49,000 per ton, and which translates to 3,100 cedis per bag, because 16 bags make a ton, So
The Ghana Education Service has been urged to give more power to district directors to manage schools. According to President John Dramani Mahama, the goal is to make decisions and take actions tailored to the specific needs of their local schools. With higher authority, he believes district directors will be held accountable for the performance schools of their local schools in their district. He urged the Ghana Education Service to establish a robust monitoring and evaluation systems to ensure district directors effectively execute their mandate.
Underscores the need to decentralize education governance. Local governments, district education offices, school boards, and community leaders must be given greater authority, flexibility, and accountability in managing our schools. Centralized decision-making has led to delays, inefficiencies, and disconnection from the local realities. Decentralization would not only improve service delivery, but also restore a sense of ownership and agency at the grassroots level. This is my favorite one. I mean, Ghana Education Service, you sit in Accra here, and you think you can manage that school in Horiri, in Bole Bamboy district. I mean, it doesn't make sense. We must give greater authority to the district directors and make them autonomous to be able to manage the schools. That's when we'll be able to know which teacher has not come to school, teacher absenteeism and all that will be better managed. If a teacher has left post, their salaries will not continue going forever because you are sitting in Accra and expecting that some letter will go to the regional office, from the regional office it will come to GES, from there to accountant general. I mean, it's just all crazy. And so I support this very much. But I believe we must go one step further. And that is, why do we sit in Accra and recruit teachers? Vacancies must be declared at the district level. They know how many schools they have, how many teachers they need. And so if you want to teach and you want to be recruited, Bole needs 200 teachers. You apply for the district you want, and you are employed in the district. Why do we sit and do mass posting of teachers from the center? I think that we must look at all those things so that we are better able to strengthen education.
President Mohammed's task force has successfully seized over 300 excavators from illegal miners. According to President John Dramani Mahama, confiscating the equipment is to repurpose the equipment for legitimate running activities. He emphasized the benefit of safeguarding Ghana's forest reserves, with 43 out of 280 reserves affected by illegal mining. President Mahama also reveals his intention to engage with small-scale miners to promote responsible mining practices.
I want to commend the collaboration between the Minister of Environment, Science and Technology and the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources and our security services for the progress they are making in the fight against illegal small-scale mining called Galamsey. As I speak, they have seized 300 excavators from illegal miners. 9 forest reserves were no-go areas because the illegal miners were armed to their teeth. Working together with the military and the police, they've been able to evict the illegal miners from 8 of the no-go zone forest reserves. And my understanding is that they're in the process of liberating the last of the 9 red zones. We will not stop at that. We are told that 44 of our forest reserves have been invaded. We have 288 forest reserves in Ghana, and out of the 288, 44 have been invaded by illegal small-scale miners. And so the 9 are the red zone where they were armed to the teeth. Those were the more difficult ones, and so they decided to tackle those first. And now they'll move on to liberate the other 44 forest reserves so that we stop Galamsey in our forest reserves. It is important for us to do so because our rivers take their source from our forests. And so if we destroy our forests, our rivers will also dry up. And so this fight is very important in order that we can hand over a good environment to our younger brothers and sisters.
In business, Ghana, as a global leader in gold production, is taking bold steps to transition its mining sector towards sustainability through the establishment of regulatory frameworks, environmental protection measures, and economic empowerment programs. The country is laying the groundwork of international certification in the mining sector. As calls intensify and steps are taken towards sustainability in Ghana's mining sector, globally leading sustainability firm World Sustainability Organization has introduced a sustainable mining certification to support effort towards Ghana's gold sector, aligning with global standards of environmental, economic and social sustainability. Sustainable mining is conducted in a manner that minimizes the impact on the surrounding environment and leaves mine sites in unacceptable state for reuse by people or ecosystems, consumers and processors companies, purchasing products and raw materials from mines certified sustainable according to Friends of the Earth standards, contribute to conservation of natural resources and habitat, whilst reducing environmental pollution and respecting workers in the mines and all along the processing chain. The World Sustainability Organization, Paulo Bray, highlights the benefits the Friend of the Earth Sustainable Mining Certification is said to have on mining companies in Ghana, the potential to support the government efforts in sanitizing the mining sector. Sustainable mining is crucial for ensuring the long-term viability of the industry, protecting the environment, minimizes environmental impact, and promotes the well-being of local communities, he said. By embracing WSO's sustainable mining certification, companies and regulators in Ghana's mining sector will demonstrate commitment to sustainable practices in mining. At the heart of Ghana's new mining strategy is the Ghana Gold Board, established in April 2025. This institution is mandated to regulate, purchase and export all artisanally mined gold, creating a centralized and transparent system. These reforms echoes WSO's emphasis on traceability and integrity within supply chains of the mining sector. Illegal mining has caused immense damage to Ghana's rivers, forests and farmlands. The government's recent policy changes, including stricter license reviews and enforcement against environmentally destructive practices, reflect a commitment to ecosystem protection. These actions mirror the WSO certification principles, which demand conservation of biodiversity, sustainable land use, and responsible resource extraction. Over 1 million Ghanaians depend on artisanal and small-scale gold mining. This certification will not only position gold from Ghana more competitive on the international market, but also to attract coal-conscious investors and ethical luxury buyers increasingly focus on traceable and responsibly sourced minerals. The success of the Friend of the Earth Sustainable Mining Certification is evidenced by the World Sustainability Organization's active status in over 70 countries, with more than 1,000 companies and over 3,000 products certified worldwide. The introduction of the World Sustainability Organization's mining certification to Ghana's mining sector is set to position Ghana as both a global leader in mining and a pioneer of sustainability. To sports, Ghana and West Ham United midfielder Mohamed Kudus has turned down the chance to play in Saudi Pro League and triple his salary. This is according to British media outlet Sky Sports, who earlier reported about Kudus potentially moving to Chelsea in a swap deal for Blues goalkeepers Robert Sanchez. Sanchez worked with West Ham United manager Graham Potter at Brighton and Hove and is seen as a player to replace Lucas, who left the club at the conclusion of the 2024-2025 season. Reports centered on the Saudi move indicated that a Saudi Pro League club was willing to meet West Ham's £17 million valuation of Black Stars player Mohamed Kudus. Kudus, who earns £90,000 a week at the time of writing, was expected to see a massive rise in his wages associated to the purposed move to the Gulf region. The 24-year-old recently wrapped up his second season competing in the English Premier League for West Ham and registered 5 goals, 4 assists in 35 games in all competitions. He was also a joint leader in the English Premier League in the most completed dribbles category, which marked the second straight season he topped this year. And that's how we ended on the morning news broadcast. Don't forget, as usual, to log on to all streaming platforms at GhanaTalksRadio.com for more news updates. My name is Deborah Adoso. Stick and stay tuned for more updates. Do have a good morning.
Ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
Hello Ghana, hello worldwide, I'm level band. Now listen, every Tuesday and Friday, beyond the time it's going to carry Brell, our Ghana Talks Radio, 7 p.m. sharp. Now Tuesday, we're going to talk about our culture, our history. Matuni ding setete abakwa sem. Now on the Friday, you bars on bars. You better rap, you better say it. No artists go join me in the studio. We're going to discuss about music and business. Konya, or you singer, and now you rapper, you think say you get bars. You go be spit fire. Now listen, make you join me with studios. Our Ghana Talks Radio, and yes, say then our day. Me say download the Ghana Talks Radio app, no, our Play Store, any App Store. No tune in, and say this is what you say. Baba live on Facebook, Cointakra, any Ghana Talks Radio page, and so now listen. I bet you fire 1 year, Konya, Wading, Jajan.
Ghana Talks Radio, UK, Abrochimemu, era from Ghana Muha at the sound system, which is spinning machine papa, a free amana never be good among Ghana Muha. It is a year, we engagement, we wedding, we birthday party. Political parties are more rally, some way more crusade. So we'll book carnival or any kind of event. Now we'll pay spinning machine papa a boss sound in the moon at the dia and you may come for GTR sounds at the Emao. Your live band in so our tones at the frame, ya beat me abababua. Ama ujumedia woody and so at me I come up. Yawo enkan pupuni mantemo anya aponchi hotel a hope pepe ena yebutu odi am se wo be frɛ mpanifo ɛwɔ 0546960510 GTR sounds emu de angaza.
What
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi keshito.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare.
Regina Bless.
Deborah Adoso.
And I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Good morning to you wherever you are listening to me from in the studios of Ghana Talks Radio. It's the weekend edition of the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. My name is Pakwesi Omare, your regular host. In the studios with me are my beautiful co-hostess who will be doing the just by the ways with me before the guests get in here for us to get into the main conversations. Ladies,
Yep.
how are we?
I'm good.
Good. I'm good.
That's not for long. We will not say we are good.
I'm good.
And
If
she
you look
can't
at
speak
me.
for
What
you.
you are going
No,
through.
but me, I know what you are going through.
What am I
Hey,
going
she's going through something. Spell it out, spell it out, spell it out.
Yeah, oh, I
Spell it
said
out, spell it out,
something.
spell it out, spell it out. What are you going through?
What am I going through?
She's just hungry, that's all.
Oh,
Hungry, day, I'm hungry.
but that's
I
not
can't
it.
wait to leave here.
Oh, that's all.
I'm going to kinky.
Ah,
That's the only thing I know is
the
worrying.
day this kinky woman will relocate.
Hey, you follow it.
She will deliver it.
Yesterday, you ladies went into the city for a reportage. What was the report about?
What is that?
Give us the report, Miss Regina.
Give us this day our daily bread.
And forgive us our trespasses.
For the forgiveness, it's dicey.
We should be speaking how Saturday, you know.
But the color Sanla.
Is
What
that
does
they
it
say
mean?
it?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
Today is Salah.
What does it mean?
Edo, happy day for two.
Happy Eid al-Fitr. Okay. It makes sense.
So yeah, Reggie, we are waiting.
Yeah. Okay, so yesterday was World it's now. Yesterday was World Environment Day. And the global theme was ending plastic pollution.
Oh.
Yes. And for our national theme, global ni Ghana Mansini na, but for the national theme is repurpose plastic use.
Oh, okay.
Rethink plastic pollution. Act now. So our president John Dramani Mahama gave a very long and lengthy and funny speech yesterday.
Funny.
It was funny in the sense that fellow Ghanaians were seen in his scripts. And he was like, hey, this sounds familiar.
Very, very familiar.
And he said, fellow citizens.
Fellow citizens. So with the ban ending plastic pollution, he has called on, should I say, the ban of single plastic use. And also, is a styrofoam.
Styrofoam.
That is the Olonka rubber and the margarine rubber that we normally use.
And then take away.
Exactly. That's, they need to ban it because it is polluting our environment, and it takes a very, should I say, it doesn't decompose naturally, but rather you need to burn it. But we know Ghanaians, even when no pure tasashikwa, then they just leave it. When they finish eating, share. there.
Okay, can I have me?
Okay, can they say we are Damia? So he's saying that we need to ban it.
Okay.
Because it is causing a whole lot of should I say environmental pollution to the environment and also to our water bodies.
Okay.
When you go to most of these, should I say, is it lake or sea or river?
All of them. Our water bodies.
The fishes campo.
Yes, and very soon we'll be harvesting for plastics in our sea rather than fishes.
Okay.
And he also said that very soon there will be ending the use of wooden desks in schools. It is high time we stop cutting down our trees to use them for desks.
Okay.
So we would recycle those plastics for plastic chairs or plastic desk for the schools. Yes. Yeah, he said a whole lot yesterday.
Yeah.
And they also initiated the One Child, One Tree initiative.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What's that initiative about?
Oh, so it is automatically planting more trees. Because we are cutting down our trees and we are not planting them. So this time around, we wouldn't cut any tree down, but annually we would be planting a tree. So one person, one tree. Intercolabiani tree.
Yeah. And President Mahama planted his tree yesterday in
really?
Kwabenya Senior High School.
Wow.
Yeah. You see it there on the board.
On the board.
Yeah.
Okay. But so there's One Child, One Tree thing. Like, are they going to plant it in the schools or in their societies?
I think it will be in the communities.
Okay.
But looking at where it was initiated, where it was launched, they have a big compound. So I think with
like
that,
garden.
something more or less like a garden. So that's what they are going to start from.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then it's going to be something nationalistic.
So in general, he's urging everyone to plant at least a tree.
I think there's such a great initiative, but we know Ghana. We propose these things and we barely see anything.
We the individuals.
Yeah.
He has brought it up, so it is left with you, the individual, to take it up.
And we are talking about children. Children needs to be guided to do things.
So our parents and guidance will be the one to initiate that into the child.
Do you think that there's been much, should I say, education or publicization of it for the parents to even know about this thing and urge their kids to? I think that that's what I think. Because it was launched in the school, maybe the teachers should take it up, inculcate it in the case that, wherever you stay, try and plant a tree there. And if they can make it like a price term, be our planted tree be able to do this height, you get this from government or from society, something like that to encourage them. I think that would have been nice. It's a great initiative. If we can really do that, we can recover our environmental discipline as soon as possible in the next 5-10 years. And Ghana sign green.
So since yesterday was also World Environment Day, he talked a little about illegal mining. They've been able to seize 300 excavators and reclaimed no red zone area where no one is supposed to be on. They've been able to reclaim, I think, 9 of the forest reserves. And yesterday I also saw on the news that they've arrested almost 14 Chinese nationals. They've arrested them, illegal mining.
They said they have a fuel station somewhere in the bush. Is it
what?
Yes.
Fuel station.
Yeah, they have a fuel station deep in the bush. So that's where they buy the fuels for the
and all
the
that.
excavators to be mining. Yeah, I think I saw that.
Hey, they are rich.
And that's it. Illegal fuel station for Galamsey. Discovered in the forest reserve.
Wow. I am shocked.
Me, I'm shocked.
In the Asante region.
Hey.
Yes. You can see, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's in a bush, oh.
Like
that way.
How did they even come up with such
See,
an
like
idea?
it's a whole fuel station. Look at them. Look at what they've done to the lands. Look at the excavators.
This is interesting. This is interesting. Very, very interesting. Some societies don't even have fuel stations in there. And,
no, they don't.
Boost.
Yeah.
They don't. So this, I don't know what to say, but should I say most of these politicians are involved or what? Or is it the same Chinese nationals who just have the money to just do this?
No, but before you come into someone's country, there's definitely a mediator, like an intermediary, someone who is going to be the middleman. So definitely there are top officials who are actually middlemen for these foreigners in this country involved in this whole illegal mining thing.
But you see, just maybe, what if we are actually targeting the wrong people?
How?
Well, like we are always thinking that because it involves money and foreigners, then it definitely took a politician. For all we know, there are individuals who are not even politically aligned.
Oh yes,
involved in this thing.
That one there.
Because looking at how these things are going, hey, a fuel station in a bush.
Yeah, in the bush.
How do they get the tankers to go and hey. Oh, I'm shocked.
Ghana.
Wow. But do you think our fight against illegal mining now, is it that we have just decided to keep quiet about it, or maybe the fight ongoing is actually yielding some results? That's why the cries are boiling down. Because lately it seems the noise has been...
The noise is down. You don't really get to hear it a lot. Now we have one CD levy and Keno Foriata.
D levy.
D levy.
D
levy. Yeah, I feel there's progress and there's still room for improvements. They can do better.
They are seasoned excavators. They are trying to reclaim our forest reserves.
And now, before you get an excavator, you need to provide a permit.
And I learned some excavators have actually been seized at the Tema Port. Yesterday, he mentioned that too in his speech.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so I think that is the 300 excavators seized.
Yeah.
Wow. They can repurpose it into something beneficial to the government or to our economy.
I feel like these governments don't want to be harsh about the Galamsey. They want to be slow but sure. That's how I see it.
All right.
Galamsey. Anyway, talking about the D levy, what do you think of it?
Oh, we've already, I think I've said it here that.
Oh, really?
Yes. As long as we are going to, as long as we are going to see, the day you wanted to bully Reggie and I.
Oh, I wasn't bullying you.
It was a banter. It was a back and back.
Yeah, it was a back
and
back.
Yesterday in the evening, I sat down, relaxed, got some more. And I watched the show between you and Mr. Dubik.
You thought it was going to be the same.
And I saw that, he really cooked.
Hey! Really?
Hey, he took it back. Like, he explained how the ESLA came about, the money we were not able to manage from the previous government, and how we landed up with the D levy. I saw he cooked a lot. I was like...
Oh, yeah, he did.
When he was, I was like, that's
I tried even calling him this morning to let him know that was one of the best submissions on this topic.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah. The truth is that it's not like maybe I sometimes banter you people, and it's not like what you people see. I'm not getting it, but I need to speak for the masses. We are talking about.
I think we have to buy Coke for him. We have to buy Coke for Mr. DB.
See, we are talking about people who barely have any technical idea of what is on the ground.
Yeah.
Ask the vendor out there that what is ESLA. Does she know about ESLA? They don't know. They don't even know there is another power generation institution called GridCo. They don't know.
Yeah.
What is IPPs? They don't know.
They don't know. So
You
I think
see,
people need to be educated on this. How we ended up.
See,
here.
the whole thing is that the education, people have like 4 kids that they need to wake up at dawn, go and hustle for them. They have family to. If you bring these things to them, they are not ready to get it. That's why the last time I was saying that these things are bent on the state institutions, ECG, to make sure it doesn't even happen in the first place. All this illegal, whatever. This is why we are paying you. It shouldn't take the citizen to make sure or to have a conscience that I won't do illegal. It doesn't happen in any way in the country. I always say that these foreigners, we see them so disciplined and all. If you leave them, they will do worse than we are doing. But their state institutions are on their neck. Red light, or cross here, you be doing it, and you're on cross it. That's the whole thing. It's not like when we say police need the whole team, still on cross you. On him so cross here, bet you know, but Hano or cross here, why not better than you know. So it is ECG who failed us. And that is why if you ask any person that you see into your light levy tax on Jim Tumda, go and ask 10 people. The technical brains like that, even though they acknowledge that, oh, I didn't want to say it, but they understand where we are now. So they will make it look understandable because they get the facts. How ECG mishandled our revenue and all that. But take the 32 million people in Ghana. How many of them have this understanding on grounds like this? Yesterday I told Dubik on the show that I am glad that we are treating it on a day that he is here. Because it wouldn't be politically biased submission. We need an extensive something on it. Even though he wanted to, praise the NDC in a way. And NDC did well. See, NDC did well. With bringing the
Say
ESLA.
that again?
Oh, see. They did well, bringing the ESLA. But with the drivers like this, you see where you took it from. Okay, you were buying fuel for 15 cedis. Now you are buying it for 12. But because of some debt, we only added 1 cedi. Yet 3 cedis free, so you had 1 cedi at account. 2 cedis pay free, so 2 cedis and a free, so you are still enjoying the benefit. You make it understanding to them like this, they will get it.
Yeah.
But in as much as all these things, the question still boils down. So all that noise that John Jinapo was making in opposition, he didn't know that this was the facts on ground. See, the way we've politicized everything, that is why, let's say the opposition will take an advantage of this and champion it, saying that they are robbing Peter to pay Paul. Because in opposition, you said when you come, you take off taxes and you won't introduce taxes. You get me?
Yeah.
Now you are saying because of this, then we need to introduce this tax. You've campaigned at the back of it. So definitely you are going to get a backlash on it.
Yeah.
Definitely. But the one thing I like about this taxes, it is assigned for a purpose.
Yeah.
It's assigned for a purpose. Just like they did with VAT. We knew what VAT was doing. ESLA, we knew what ESLA was doing. Even ESLA, it wasn't it was government revenue being put there.
Yeah.
So this time around, I let's just hope for politicians, you can't take assurance on their behalf. So, but let's hope they do according to what it is meant for. Honestly, because the power crisis.
It was even light out yesterday, sir.
Oh, this morning, there's light out. This morning.
This morning.
Oh yes. This
Then it
morning.
wouldn't be surprising when we just sit and then all of us are different. It's gone.
I think yesterday it happened.
Yeah, it happened here.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Oh.
You do light. Yeah, dear uncle. They be near bomb pie. Anna. Angel Elijah by
Angel Elijah.
Hey, she names Makoka.
Angel Elijah.
Angel Gabriel. Maybe there's Angel Elijah.
Oh, there could be Angel Elijah.
Yeah.
There could be. So yeah, let's just see. But taxes are good, but sometimes.
Yeah. In as much as I said this, in as much as we hate paying taxes, as long as we are going to see the relevance of the tax,
exactly.
Why not?
See, and I think that has been the ultimate problem with Ghanaians. I don't think people have a problem with paying taxes. They have a problem in the sense that what is it even used for?
Yes. That's where the problem comes in.
What is it used for? So if they can put good use of the money, then yeah. And I'm not for about cry saying to you. One CD are here. How much do you buy data now? So giving one CD on, just to sustain your own power. It makes sense. It makes sense. But the question again is, for how long are we going to pay this tax? Is it going to be a forever thing, or
I'm not sure it's going to be a forever thing. I think that's a question we need to ask as well. Yeah. Or better still, once they're done clearing the debt, they are going to take it off.
But do you believe that we will ever get to a stage where there will be no debt? Like, you're clearing life.
In the energy sector.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe in the energy sector.
In the energy sector, there could be a point.
Are you sure?
Oh yeah.
But I was saying earlier today that we are owing these people, and we are yet to pay them. We will be taking this money annually, and more debts will still be accumulating. More debt will still be coming.
So what do you think should be the way forward? Looking at the entire system, how it is structured.
I think it has to do with management. Whoever that is assigned to be the leader of a particular institution should make sure they do everything in their power to manage the resources we have in the country very well. And I think with that, we'll be on the right direction.
I also believe that if we can really put in any fiscal discipline where when the consumers buy, we actually go and pay and not eat the money, chop it.
Yeah.
See, if we do that, Reggie, you'll be surprised that in a space of a year, we'll be able to clear about 40% of the debt. But we are too greedy. I don't know what is wrong with Ghanaians. Too greedy. When you don't have light, they will be on your neck. When the money gets to them, they don't go and pay. And they are not being held responsible. That is where the entire banter came from the other time. Because the individual has done their part. The citizens have done their part. They are paying their bills. Why is the institution responsible to make sure those bills are settled? Not doing this. And no. Look at the money Parliament was owing. Just look at the money a whole Parliament.
Parliament House.
Hey. The baby.
It as well.
It as well. 3 weeks now. How far with the decongestion thing? Yesterday you went to town.
Where we went to, no, they didn't go there. You know, Pokwase Kwabenya.
They didn't go there.
Yeah.
So the people are on the street there.
They are.
And
I don't even know why they stopped. Why did they stop?
Oh, it's not a 9-day wonder. Relax.
Indeed, not a 9-day.
Oh. But you see, for Kumasi, like it was for the entire Kumasi. So everywhere is still.
Everywhere was.
Yeah. And there are people on the streets making sure people don't mess up.
So why can't we do same here?
Hey, maybe as when you say these people are Azan, people don't get it. When you say these people are Azan.
Oh, then how can they be Azan?
So it's not a 9-day wonder.
That was what he said. He said
that was
a 9-day wonder.
That's what he said. So I thought it was going to continue like for a month.
Yeah.
Like make sure you visit all the vintage points that you think the decongestion.
You need to relax.
If you relax, you slack.
Bars.
Bars, my nigga.
Bars.
If you relax, you slack. So could you meet? See, as early as 5 a.m. Go to Medina.
They are there.
You see, like
Accra.
So what was this whole giddy about? 2 days, you are off. The Ramza side too. How far with the minister?
Oh, for that.
For that one, I think
really doing well.
It's still ongoing.
Yeah. I think was it last week, if I'm not mistaken, Sakumono Day.
Yeah.
It was sad, but
it was that they invest your whole money into a building, and then they have. But will those people be compensated?
That's a whole different conversation to have. Because the truth is, it's not government's fault. You going to buy the land, you need to do your due diligence. You need to do make your own diligence that okay, where I'm buying this land, this and that. And see, so we see, and almost cry. We all know, hey man, don't quite don't buy better. Stop this building, produce permits.
Even that one, lanes they don't write. They write it themselves.
So
they
the individual building.
Or travel. Yeah,
they write it themselves. They're gonna be like, oh, they'll be here very soon to come and write it. So I'm going to write it myself. So when they come, they'll know that their colleague has already come to do that. So with that one, I think now they write it themselves.
But do you think? I don't really have much idea but do you think government should compensate them?
Oh, I feel government should
compensate.
Why?
If they want to compensate, but they are not mandated to compensate them because these people are encroaching on the lands illegally.
But
in as much
know?
as you've paid. That is why you need to. Ignorance is not an excuse.
Okay.
You bab. So that is why you need to make your enquiries before you purchase any land. And I believe that when you are purchasing a land, you want to acquire papers. You go to the land commission office to make sure that you get your papers. And these people don't just give you the papers just like that.
Exactly. They will look
into
at
the land. Exactly.
Is, okay, it's appropriate for this or that. If it's not, they will tell you there and then. As I say, baby, you can't use it. So and so. Like that's how it's supposed to be. I don't know if they do it there.
No, I'm not sure. They just buy it. These days, the laws are not really working. Everyone is doing what he or she likes.
And that's sad.
Very, very, very sad. As a country as beautiful as Ghana, and
very beautiful country.
Very, 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 very. With beautiful ladies, beautiful smiles. Why? When I say beautiful ladies, why? Is there something wrong I said about that? I'm saying that because of you ladies here. I mean,
nobody has objected or said anything.
I saw you look at Reggie.
Oh no.
I'm looking for next just by the way.
Oh, okay. Just by the way, Back be whole, but so me can one some
Which one?
NS before
NSB.
NIB.
NIB.
Keno Foriata Diana.
Oh, who could do that?
Oh,
Now, so mama ni red notice.
they've given him a red notice. I'm just hoping that the OSP will not go back and tell them to take off the red notice. If that's what they'll do, this is what the minority should be protesting for.
Yesterday, a conversation sprang up here on the show.
Right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, then yesterday we missed the lot too.
A lot.
See,
Bombing, come on.
you know Gabriel Shredako.
Yes, yes.
You know he has a law firm.
Oh,
He has a what?
I didn't
A
know
law
he
firm.
has a law.
Yeah. He's a lawyer.
Yeah, he has a law firm.
I know he's a lawyer, but I didn't know he has a firm.
Yeah, he has a firm. And do you know he's close friends with the OSP?
Oh, really?
He was the one who even I'm looking for the right word. I don't want to use suggested. There's a word for it.
Advocate, Anna.
Yes, it can also be, but there's the actual word. Recommended him for the position after Martin Amido.
Oh, really?
Yes. And who is Gabriel Chedaku to Keno Furiata? His cousin.
Hey.
His direct cousin.
Family Abim.
Yeah.
Then can we deal with this man at all?
So people are beginning to believe that, because yesterday Stephen made a scenario here that if, and it's not like it might be granted, he can forcefully say that because of his health conditions he can't come to Ghana to be tried here, so he should be tried in the US. That is really going to prolong the whole case. It will prolong it for a long time, like once you're creating a prosecution. Yes. And so maybe down here the OSP is putting up a charade to us like he's doing something, but back doors he is giving him the other ways to find his loopholes.
Oh, come on. This man should be taken off.
Because we are looking at conflict of interest here.
Yes.
Your best friend,
his
cousin. What shows that your best friend can't influence you on the case? After all, we all know he was the one who recommended you for the position.
So what can be done? At this point, he's already in the case. You can't fire him or get him down or something.
I mean, government has the authority to take him off and bring another person.
Who appointed the OSP?
That's one thing, but the president does.
So it was the previous government that appointed the OSP?
Oh, yes. The OSP's office was set up by the previous government.
All these people should be taken off.
And when it was set up, they brought in an NDC man to head it, the person of Martin Amido. And as at then, there were speculations that Martin had issues with the NDC. So they thought, yes, he would have a personal vendetta against them. That is even why the first case that office tackled was Assad then, our current president, when he was a former. He was the first person the office tackled him in the Airbus scandal.
I see.
Yeah, so the OSP's office, and interestingly, how come that office is yet to prosecute anyone?
So ever since that office was set up, he has not.
Have you heard anyone?
Oh,
the closest
at
they
least
got,
leave a legacy for your name.
the closest they got was Cecilia Adapa.
Closest.
That's the closest, and they came back to shut down the case.
But he has sent Cecilia Lapa's files to Yoko.
Well, according to him himself, it is Yoko who requested for the fouls.
Okay.
Yoko should deal with it then.
Because those peace officers, they've closed the
it.
case. They are like, okay, there is nothing to be looked in here.
It's good Yoko has requested for it. If they find anything fishy, they'll go back and then reopen the case.
It's interesting. But the theory, it holds. People are really beginning to believe there is something like that going on. Because he's your best friend.
Oh, yes.
It's your best friend.
You do everything in your power to.
Finally.
You think you are let off the hook.
Yeah.
So the second person joins.
Hey.
No one is living here.
Please.
So the second person joins. No one is living here. What are next, just by the way?
Yeah, I've shut my laptop.
Hey.
Reopen it.
Okay, let's have it.
Okay, so only 42 ambulances serving Greater Accra. Dispatch head reviews.
How many people do we have in Accra?
Hey,
It's
how
over
many
5
people?
million. Yes, it's over 5
Hey,
million.
Yes.
A lot.
Yes, it's over 5 million.
Yeah.
And we have 40 ambulances.
Only 40. But how many constituencies do we even have? To talk of districts, to talk of regions.
And we had 58 million to dig a hole.
I'm talking about this issue.
The way we disrespect our health in this country.
It's bad though. Why won't the nurses go on strike? And whenever they go on strike, they are like, oh, think about the patients. What about them?
Do you know that if nurses even go for medical whatever, they have to pay?
It's not free.
Medical checkup.
Or like if they have issues
It's
with health.
like, according to the nurses, when you go, your administrator or whoever should sign a form. Afterwards, they have to reimburse the money you spent. Does it even make sense for you to first pay before
they reverse the money back to you? Oh,
and even with that, most of them don't get the money.
You will not get it.
Like, you will go to the office and go, and they will be like,
you will not get it.
So we can't have an insurance for medical workers to even cover their family. Nurse buy yare, not no hospital, obetua. Doctor, the ever fast on the on one bantin or draw the patient. Are we not doing these people a disservice? Look at the sacrifices they make for us. If health workers should decide just a day, say you na young kwejuma. Omo for 6 hours pempo. Let's see the death will record in Ghana. For 6 hours. But we treat them like they are the least of
nurses and teachers.
Ambulance.
42.
Accra Mponiu, the capital city of Ghana.
Oh, come on. But I thought the previous government allocated ambulances to each district or constituency or something. Yes, it was constituency.
I even have a strong belief that if not for anything, we should have a mobile ambulance dispatch for every town.
Yeah.
We should have it for every town. Think at Sahasi. Omo dia like omo nanam. Yare accounts is here, they can even treat you in the ambulance. I know you're then they take you to the nearest hospital. Now you're the 40 years old. 40. Hey.
It's sad. 42.
What's
that? The 2 accounts.
That's 2 new year baby, but where you
But see, well, I say we've become normal. It has become something normal to us, isn't it? But I do way there was a my as citizens. Yawa has a CA, Nasa BBS Waha, Nayam fat taxi dropping. Are you saying if we should call that, is it 199 or?
Yes.
911. We are going to get an ambulance here.
Right now. You die.
I learned some people even made complaints that when you call an ambulance, they'll be like petrol anymore.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yes.
Come for taxi.
I've witnessed some myself. At the hospital, we had to transfer my grandmom to. I was like, just a auto fuel, see.
You're not even shy to even say that in your face.
Hey. Do we have a chance now?
Why not?
Oh, the Ghana.
Oh, the Ghana will build. We can build it virtually when we are not around.
Because it's serious. It's serious. It's serious. Hey. 42. Pesa me ye a bishe. Calculations bishe.
Calculation may now go you.
42 divided by 5 million.
Oh. Come on.
But that's the reality you are facing.
You better check waste. You better check spare parts, Nana. You better check ambulance spare parts, Nana. Hey, jetai no. Jibonet. It's sad.
Anyways, I think the Kenke seller has alerted me that.
Alright.
Wait,
I haven't said calm down, baby.
What I'm about to say.
The Kinke seller has alerted you. You should come.
that I can keep you ladies here for another hour.
She should
you know what she said?
For her, there we know
even if you buy food outside, she's going to be like, give her the food to eat and come and buy her Kinke.
Okay.
I see.
So today is the Muslims holiday.
Yeah, today is holiday, Badikala Salah. Oh, my Muslim best friend is no longer around. He left the country. Or like I won't be here.
Hey.
Right after work now, he's gonna take me out. He's gonna spoil me. Make sure I have friends of all tribes. So that's when they are celebrating.
So your traditional friend. When they are
unfortunately, I don't have any friends. But in case I get, why not?
What are some of the things you will be enjoying from
the food? I mean for the food.
Just food.
Yes, the food, and then to know more about that tribe also. And you learn about it. Why not? I'm curious. Yes.
Ready?
Yeah.
What are plans for the holiday? Or you are not a Muslim, so
today no showbiz arena.
There is.
So
I say our plans. Why? And then so try.
No, I've not seen any flyer. That is.
There is.
Who will the answer?
And now dear no crying ye be any last. Ye show new answer.
Manager says when it's 12 o'clock, oh you can go. It's a holiday.
But I think I'm to tell you something today.
Maybe he has not said anything, I'll go and ask him. Maybe he has forgotten.
But does anyone has plans for the holiday?
Oh no.
Hey,
we'll be here. We'll be at work.
Hey,
so why not?
The speed with which the no came in.
Oh no, me if I had plans, I'll tell you I have plans. But unfortunately, I don't have any plans. I don't have anywhere to go today.
Oh.
We'll be here till 5 o'clock.
Okay.
That's sad.
All right. Thank you very much, ladies, for keeping me company. Hey, the times and where I need this company is not here.
Times and where?
And where?
Where? As in, where do you need it?
We will speak back, though. We'll speak back,
Are you?
though.
Okay.
Ready? It's time. Kinky.
Thank you.
I'll say thank you.
So yeah, that was it with the ladies for the Just by the Ways. The main conversations is about to begin right away as my guests are already in the studios to join in for the conversation. Don't forget to join us on all our social media platforms at Ghana Talks Radio, on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, and on X. Our WhatsApp line is 0202 544 614. 0202 544 614. Also, our website is www.GhanaTalksRadio.com. www.GhanaTalksRadio.com. Today's conversation promises to be interesting and educative as the representatives for the two major political parties in the country will be in the studios as usual to help get the conversations going. Prince is already in. We are also waiting for Joseph, who will be joining very, very